Alright everybody, it's another quick deck profile. Today we're gonna bring Evilswarm. Alright guys, it's your favorite annoying deck. The one that just a lot of people used to get salty feelings after this deck was played, but I love Evilswarm, especially during Blue Eyes format. It's the first time I did decent at a regionals. And I felt really good about myself, was able to leave with a winning record. No top, of course, but, you know, you feel good when you get a couple wins on some strangers. So, 3 Rescue Rabbit. Ever since this went to 3, there's really no reason to not keep it at 3. And then with the 3 Rabbit, you got your Heliotrope. Next is just your 3 ofs, your 3 Caster, your main guy you're going to normal summon to get your additional normal summon. 3 Kirkion, who helps you recycle and also get another normal summon, and your 3 Mandragora, who is a free summon if your opponent has more monsters than you. So if they got 3 monsters and you got none and 2 on hand, you can get 2 free summons. Then just 1 Lonely Thunderbird. I love this guy, I love his artwork, love his effect. I just only run 1 now because there's really like just no room for him. And then lastly, 2 Ghost Ogre in the main. You could side a 3rd one. I don't really like running it at 3. I just like the 2 just to make this deck as annoying as possible. Going into spells, 2 Infestation. I don't really like doing this at 1 like a lot of people do. I mean, you could take 1 out for the trap if you really like to run the trap, but I don't like to run the trap anymore. I just don't really ever get to actually activate it. I'd rather set something that's going to stop my opponent than something I gotta wait a turn to benefit. For your drawing, you're going to do your 3 Allure, of course. You got so many targets in this deck, plus this, you just gotta really get to that Ophion, especially depending on the deck you're playing. And then 2 Desires, since you're running 3 of at least everything that's important, like very important. And then rather than main Ash, I'm actually maining 2 Called by the Grave to combat the Ash. It's really just because it just really sucks if you get your play off and then you're in the middle of it, you get ashed. And this really came in handy when I took this to regionals recently. I didn't do so hot this time with this deck, but it definitely helped against Ash like literally every single time, and I sided the 3rd one. For your 1-ofs, the Monster Reborn, the Rhoda, the Dark Hole, and the Raigeki. Simple and plain. Just get to your caster, summon something back, and then wipe your opponent. Traps, also very simple. I mean, a lot of people switch up the traps they run in this deck. I chose to just go for everything that's annoying. 1 Macro for the 1 just card. 2 Anti-Spell for the main instead of siding it. I know it's more of a side deck card, but to be honest, it just sucks when you have a Ophion and this if you're a deck reliant on high-level monsters. Also maining 2 Mistake to make up for me not running Droll and Lockbird. That's not really the only reason, it's just mainly because you really only search from Rhoda and Ophion, and that's almost pretty much it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's it. And so it really helps to just shut down that for your opponent. Also sided the 3rd one. Then 2 Strike, 1 Warning, and 1 Judgment. That's it for your traps, just some big hard-hitting duos. The Brigade of Solemn. Alright, for the extra deck guys, the Link lineup is really small. I'm only running 1 of this guy because he's not as great as he could have been. I mean, it might have been too broken, but if he was, they can't special summon period except to this zone, that would be pretty awesome, you know, because then it could combo with cards like Ground Collapse and shit like that. But he's still decent for his destruction effect and for just being annoying, like if they do get something off here. But another thing I wanted to mention too is, since a lot of your plays are reliant on the monster and its effect, and monster effects can screw over your Ophion, you could play Breakthrough Skill in this deck in the main, or run Effect Veilers or side either of those. But moving on, Decode Talker and Underclock Taker, and that's it for your links. You're rarely really going into links. I mean, in this deck you're actually pretty comfortable with an Ophion up here and that nothing else. And you could always get rid of a dead Ophion or a locked Ophion and something else for one of these. Cool thing is this can be used with just 2 Swarm monsters, so it helps out there. And that's it for the Evilswarm. Exceeds, obviously 2 Ophion to Heart and Soul of the deck, your main shutdown card that helps with the actual locks. You actually can mess up Pendulum players, surprisingly. I mean, they have outs to a lot of things, but Evilswarm Nightwear and 1 Bahamut, and then I'm still running 1 Ouroboros, which is like kind of your Trish of the deck. Not as good, but it's still very makeable. The Bahamut helps you take problematic monsters, and then the Nightmare can just flip down special summon things. Doesn't help against links, but it helps against almost everything else. Your toolbox is pretty simple and really up to you. The only one that I honestly say has to be like in everything is your Utopia package for your answer to a lot of big problems that are stronger than Ophion. Then 1 Honor Arc, 1 Castel, 1 Dweller, 1 Baguska, and 1 Cowboy. And that's just my preference of rank 4s. You can obviously swap out for ones you feel are more better. I like Cowboy's Burn because sometimes that's the problem. I get a lot of damage off and it's always like 7,000 something or never really fully 8k. So you can switch up for what. I really honestly don't ever make Baguska because I'm not really sitting on a link monster that often and I don't want to screw myself over. But it's okay. So that's really it, guys. It's a simple and quick Evilswarm deck. If you want some side suggestions or what I ran as a full side to kind of do good against such a powerful ass meta, you could ask in the comments. But this isn't like a super winning ass deck, but you can add your own spicy techs and your own annoying cards to kind of make this more of a shutdown deck. So like and subscribe, guys, and please watch and stay tuned for more deck profiles.